This is Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So I'm going to take a look here at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas. But first of all, I'll take a look at a few stocks here. IONQ, NVDA, and Apple. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy or sell any stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have IONQ here, computing stock here. Okay, let's just see how this is all rolling. Now, you can see here we had this big gap down, kind of held the bottom, and then we just jumped right on up, looking very, very nicely here. Okay, so if you look at this 50-day, see this 50-day? See how nice this is holding, and see how nice an uptrend it is, where you have a low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. This is just she's a beaut, Clark. She's a real beaut. Okay, so what we're looking here on the downside is we're looking right there. We're looking at that 39.56. That's going to be key. And then we have that 50-day right underneath that at, where are we sitting at? All right, 39.15. Now, those are very, very key levels. If that is lost, then we'll come right down here to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 37.21, okay? And we can come down here to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 35.75. Level, and then we can look for this gap, okay? See where this gap is? 32.41, and then we look at the top of this candle at 30.20. So your gap and your fill, those are always really, really nice targets if that 50-day and the bottom of these candles get lost. And you have your retest down here, 26.63, but you also have that 27.64, your 100-day. But right now, this is looking very, very nice, and you can see here where we're sitting at that. The key is going to be is that 45.56. So if we can get above today's high, okay, that's 42.49, then we go to yesterday's high, 42.85, and then we'll just keep working yourself up here, 43.97, and we'll come up to here, 44.35, and then this is the target that you're looking for, is that 45.56 level, okay? Now, there is this gap, so what you want to do is you want to watch the top of that candle, okay? That's at 45.56. There's your gap, and then you want to look to the bottom of this candle at 48.73. There's your fill. So your gap and your fill, and then we can come up to the top here. You're looking at 51.66, and then you retest at 54.74. But right now, this is a really good uptrending chart here. But again, just be very, very careful here, because if we start losing that 8-day, the 8-day, the 21-day, and that 50-day, then we're going to start hitting these targets, but always watch that gap and that fill situation, okay, if this does sell up, because that provides a lot of nice support level. Upside, that 45.56 is everything. There's your gap, and then look for your fill, and then maybe a retest of 54.74. Now, you can see here on the weekly chart, well, we're starting to kind of like a rollover situation here. The 8-day, I don't really care for that. But again, we just have this sideways action going on here. I think it's waiting for earnings. Here was your last earnings period right here. Okay, see? Okay, there's your earnings. And then, boom, up she went. And then she just drove right up higher. So this, keep your eye on this one. This could be very, very nice. Okay, let's take a look here now at NVIDIA and Apple. Okay, these are my two favorite trades right here. So Apple's getting some love today. Nice big green candle, and now we're above that 21-day at 231, and we're above that 8-day at 231.61 level. And it looks like we're trying to creep up on that 100-day right there, 234.38. So let's look at the downside here first. You need to hold this 234.38 on a closing basis, okay? Same way at the 231.62 now. And that 21-day at 231.18 level. Okay, if that is lost here, then what we do is we just follow these candles down until we hit this, either this 200-day at 221.92, or we hit the price channel at 219.38. Okay, so that is your downside. Now, upside here, what you want to do is look at today's highs, obviously, 235.20. And then we'll come right to the bottom of this candle here. Okay, you're looking at 237.21. And then we're looking at that 50-day. That's going to be your big target, is that 240.33. Now, again, if you can get above that, then we have that 247.19 just sitting there. But that's going to be pretty strong resistance, just like we had here. Okay, see how we had this? Boom, right into it. Now, this one popped up with, but you notice it couldn't close above it. And that's the whole key, is closing above it. Now, we had this prices going below that 8-day. You can see it all the way. Now, once we pop this up here, we have a nice green candle, which is engulfed. It didn't really engulf that candle, but it just blasted up really high. Engulfing basically is you have to engulf the previous day. So you really put a low in, and then you smash the high, and then she goes right on up here. But right now, this is looking very, very good here. Okay, so as long as we hold that 100-day, okay, on a closing basis, we got a good shot of go there and attacking that 50-day at 240.33. Now, sitting down here, your green is just over your red. This is still looking good, 50. Plenty of room to run here. So keep your eye on Apple here. She might have something going on here. Okay, now NVIDIA, another my favorite. You can see here the green crossed over to red. This was that positive divergence going on here where we had a low, we had an even lower low, but we had a higher low. Very, very nicely. Boom. Got a nice post in the chat, and they already pointed that out. Nice. Really, really nice. Okay, that's good trading right there. Okay, so what we got here is now we're stuck right between this 21-day 131.05 and really the 100-day 134.97 and that 50-day 135.11. Okay, so realistically, what you have to do is you got to close above this 50-day. Okay, so if you can close above 135.11, that's going to be very key, very key. And you can see, obviously, today we haven't done it. But if you can, okay, then we just go right to this gap fill right here. Okay, that's going to be a nice, good target up. So 141.88. So if you can close 135.80, you can get right to that gap fill at that 141.88, and then we can come here top of this candle 147.23, 147.79, and then we have your big retest of it at 148.97 level, and then you can maybe work yourself all the way up here to that 153.13. But you got to get above and close above that 100-day and close above that 50-day. Now I'm long this stock and I trade this stock. Okay, this is a very, very nice look at all the big bullish how we ran it up. Now, the 8-day came down, crossed below that 200-day, but now she's curling right up here nicely. So even if we have this sell-off, you come down to this 21-day here, or even down to the 8, this is still a buying opportunity. Now, remember, the earnings are coming out on 26, so we want to see how that's all going to shake out. We've got a little time left here, okay? So downside here, watch right there, that 131.06. That's going to be key. And then we watch yesterday's low, okay? So you have your support there at 129.96. And then we'll come top of this candle, 128.77. And then we're going to come down to this 125.72. That's your 8-day. And then we have your 200-day here sitting at 124.05. But if we can crack above that 50-day, I'll be definitely adding to the long position because this is going to be the target, the bottom of that candle right there, 141.88, and possibly rally all the way up to that 148.97 level. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have the old Bitcoin. It's kind of a nothing burger here today. Okay, let me just see what the IBIT 55.11. That's what it opened at. Your high was 55.36 and your low was 54.80. Okay, so right now here, what we have is this 8-day. See how this 8-day is, how strong this is? Okay, it crossed over the 21-day, crossed over the 50-day, and now it's putting a hell of a crimp in this price. Okay, but what we have is a wedge here, or we can also call this maybe is a bull flag situation. Okay, so we got to see how it shakes out. But when you have those down descending wedges here, what happens is it goes down, 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 and then what is it tightens up, and then what she does is she breaks above the wedge, and then she just rips higher. Okay, so always look at these chart patterns. Now, if you want to learn about chart patterns, go on my playlist. I got chart patterns on there. You got seasonality charts, candlesticks, whatever you want at your convenience. Okay, very, very simple. So what we're watching here today on the upside is right here on the old Bitcoin. 98,416. That's going to be very key. And then we'll go right above it at 99,393. And then we have your 21-day sitting right above there at 100,736. Okay, so a lot of resistance above. Now downside here, well, we made a little bit higher high today, so we're just basically doing this sideways wedge kind of a situation. So what we want to do on the downside is watch yesterday's low. That's a 95,505. That's going to be very, very key. If that's lost, we just follow these candles here. Okay, 94. What did we have? Yeah, 94,550, and then we'll come down to the bottom here at 92,745, and then we have 92,350, and then we'll come down to the bottom here at this candle is 91,455, and then we have 89,525. Now, if this sells off here and we go right towards the bottom of this candle here, well, that negates that wedge. And also negates that bull flag pattern. The wedge is still intact. It just broke to the downside. But usually those wedges, descending wedges, what they do is they come on down and then they'll slam right to the upside. So just watch that 8-day, 50-day, and 21-day on the upside. Downside, just watch yesterday's low. Very, very key. Okay? All right, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have the old crude ski. Now you can see here where we rallied up here very, very nicely yesterday, and we closed above that 8-day, which told me I had to get in the trade. Okay, so now we're holding that 8-day very, very nicely. Today we got as high. I said, watch this candle here. Okay, we went above that. Watch that next candle, went above that. Now we went all the way up here to your 73. a 68 level. So what we're watching is right here, okay, 73.84. That's going to be your resistance level right there, okay? So we kind of made it up there, but we can go higher. But again, if we can get above to that 73.84 level, then we're going to be looking right here at this 200-day at 74.39 and that 21-day at 74.44 level. Now, again, we got to see what the reaction is once it gets there, okay? So for right now, it hasn't got there yet. We got like a topping tail, but this, you have nice 3 green candles. This is all on those tariff situations. So it looks like we're rallying up here nicely. So really your big target is going to be that 74.39 and that 21-day at 74.44. If we get above that, then we just look to the top of this candle here at 75.18. That's going to be your next upside target. Now, here, RSI sitting at 50, plenty of room to go to the upside or the downside. Right here, your green is still below your red, but that looks like it wants to curl up. But we got to see how this all shakes out. And what happens, what's the reaction if you hit that 200-day and that 21-day. Just like we had here, this was that tariff situation on Mexico and Canada, rallied red up, and then the stop cold right there at that 21-day and then pulled all the way back. So let's see how this all shakes out. Now, downside, very, very easy. You got very good support there, 72.15 at your 8-day, 72.14 at your 50-day. If that's lost, you come right to the 100-day, 71.37, and then 70.43. That is your big retest. Okay, natural gas looks like she's moving here nicely. See, what I told you, once it gets above that 8 SMA here, that gives it a lot of good juice. But right now we're sitting right here at that 50-day, okay, at that 3.51. That's going to be very, very key on a closing basis. If you get above that, next level here is going to be 3.61, okay? Now, natty gas is kind of like on a flavor kind of situation, because right now we're going into like towards the summer. However, it's a little bit different this year because T-Man wants to be the king of LNG. So I've been telling you here for months now, once he got in here, he wants to be the king. He wants oil down and he wants natural gas here to be flooding the old market with the LNG coming from the U.S. So what we're watching there is 2 key levels on the upside, a close above that 351, and a close above that 361, okay? Now, if we can get above that, then here's your next target is going to be 3.72 level, okay? And then we can come up to the top of this candle. You're looking at 3.82. Then we'll look here to the bottom. You're looking at 3.86. And then we just follow the candles. You got 3.91. We have 4 flat. And then we have 405, okay? But you got to get above and close above that 50, the 21-day in order to get over. Okay, downside, very, very simple. Your big level here that you got to watch is that 8-day, 3.23. As long as that price is above the 8-day, you're golden, okay? Just like we had here, long as that price is above the 8-day, and look how much nice support that it gives you, and then it rallies right up. Once you lose it, this is what happens, okay? So watch that 8-day, very, very key. If that's lost here, yes, we have candles here, 3.23, 316, but realistically, you're probably going to head for that 3.12 level and maybe even a retest of 299. Okay, this is looking very good. Good scalping there on the UNG there today on the long side. So I'm going to see what the reaction is going to be. If you can get above this or into that 21-day, you cross above that 21-day, then you could have a nice big longer term trade and we could take it up to these levels, maybe even at 405 level. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after your pit close. Take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas, and then we throw something else in the mix. Now look at Tesla. Tesla's just getting hammered, so I'll probably throw Tesla on there. And I think we're going to go right down towards those gaps and those fills, and I'll probably show you here in the next video. All right, thanks for watching.